From the worldwide headquarters of More Sports and Less Levine on a Tuesday night. Good evening, everyone. Welcome once again to More Sports and Less Levine into its 25th consecutive year. Seen, of course, as part of cleveland.com. Mary Kay Cabot is here from the Plain Dealer and cleveland.com. Hey, Mary Kay, how are you?
I'm fine. How you doing, Les?
I'm doing all right. So, when you prepare to go out of town for a weekend and a game, or you prepare to go to the downtown to a game, you probably put some ideas together, and maybe you expect certain things to happen. But I'm going to guess you weren't thinking 34 touchdown passes in the first quarter by Baker Mayfield.
No, not at all. I did not see that coming like that at all. If anything, I thought it would be a fairly close game all the way through. I thought the Titans would probably pull it out in the end. I thought Derrick Henry was going to be just kind of a load to handle. And then I thought Ryan Tannehill would hit his shots with the Browns defense minus Denzel Ward, minus Ronnie Harrison. It just seemed like it was sort of set up for them to win the game. And they almost did. I mean, they came back and outscored the Browns 28-3 in the second half, but it was just too much to overcome.
Yeah, I don't think many people thought that the lead was going to change, even though we got way too close for comfort after the fumble out there. And by the way, the fumble that took place and the way that the Browns ran it down, they actually saved a touchdown on that. And I'm talking about Kareem Hunt. He saved the touchdown, and it would have been two scores that were needed instead of just one. And the way the Browns were a little disheartened, one might not have been. It might have been very possible. So it worked out as far as the Browns are concerned. But do you think that Baker Mayfield was set up to be the man of the hour there, or it just things fell that way? Do you think the game plan called for him to have the game revolve around him?
You know what? I think that they planned to take advantage of the 28th ranked passing game. They knew that they could win their matchups. They knew they were going to win their one-on-ones against some, defensive backs that are challenged and some backup guys. They knew that there wasn't going to be any pressure, and Baker thrives when he does not have pressure and when he is kept clean. So I never thought they went into this game thinking it's just going to be a ground fest. I always knew they were going to take shots.
Well, they took the shot on the pass to Lamb, and by the way, Baker's missed some passes in the end zone, high and low. This one, he put the perfect touch on it. Obviously, nobody was guarding Lamb, but Kendall Lamb, but still, that he knew how to throw that football that time. Maybe not in the past, but he certainly knew yesterday.
Yeah, he was playing confident yesterday. And when Baker Mayfield plays with confidence, he's accurate. That's when he doesn't get this sort of happy feet and he doesn't get nervous in the red zone. When he is confident and decisive, he just sticks the foot in the ground and throws that ball and he makes the play. And that's who we saw yesterday.
Well, there's a guy who hasn't thrown an interception in a long time, and that's one of the big reasons why the Browns are where they're at right now.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it. He has 156 passes without an interception. The last time he threw one was against Cincinnati on that first play, the one on which Odell Beckham Jr. suffered the torn ACL. That's been a span of, since then, over 6 games. He now has, they're 5-1 in that span. He has 11 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a 115.5 rating in that span.
I feel bad for you because as part of your job, you've been around the locker rooms, the field house, and everything else for so long. This would have been a game where you could really take a measure of how excited this team is, or whether they keep their composure all the way through. This would have been a good one to get insight for what this team is thinking right now as the season's coming to an end.
Yeah, that's so hard. I think we only had 4 players after the game. Usually, you can bounce around the locker room and talk to a bunch of guys. You get a feel, you get a vibe, and we just can't do that. And so that's one thing that's a little bit challenging about trying to convey everything the right way. The other thing is that I just feel so bad about this year is just for the fans. I mean, what a great year this would have been for fans to be just filling up the stadium and to be a part of this. And it's just been so fun and so exciting. And just to not have the fans there, it's really quite heartbreaking.
Yeah, you think of a Monday night game against the Baltimore Ravens that's coming up Monday, and it'll be an important game for the Browns, but certainly nothing like it would be if the party started at noon that day and it carried on. And and making up for a lot of lost time and partying, I would think. But somehow they'll find a way, don't you think?
Oh yeah, they'll find a way. But it's just too bad that they won't find their way into the stadium for the most
Yeah.
part. As of right now, there's still 12,000 fans that are allowed to attend the game, and I'm sure it'll probably stay that way. But it's just unfortunate that it's not more like 68,000 or whatever
Yeah.
the case may be, and that's really what it should be.
Miles Garrett had a couple of days games off. He came back. How did he get? He must have been double and triple teamed at times. How did he make it physically through that game?
He did okay. He played 52 snaps out of 72. That's about 72% of the snaps. And he did okay. And, he sacked Ryan Tannehill in the fourth quarter. So he was still making a difference late in the game. So that was good. He wasn't himself, but I think he will be more himself when he faces the Ravens on December 14th, Monday Night Football. So that's good. This was good for him to kind of get back in there, get his feet a little bit wet, and they won the game.
Speaking of Monday Night Football, a national audience on this. I know they always say national audience, but you know as well as I do, not everybody's watching the game like they used to. Monday Night Football was a staple in everybody's household. It's not that way anymore. But as this team prepares for its game on Monday, you want to think, well, let's see, if you're Baltimore, what are you stopping them from? You're trying to stop them from running the ball. You're trying to stop them passing. Trying to stop Baker Mayfield. What are you trying to do? And the Browns, even without Odell Beckham Jr., there's so many weapons that the Browns have that the opposing team has to come up with some answers. Otherwise, they're going to be worse than they ever imagined.
Yeah, well, the thing that the Browns are killing teams with right now is their play action passing, and it all runs out of the run game. So they're making a run look like a pass, and they're making a pass look like a run, and they're creating that ambiguity, and it's working to perfection. They actually beat the Titans at their own play action game just like that. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to present that, and the Ravens are going to have to be ready for it. Now, of course, they've got a much better defense than the Browns have been playing. I mean, that was the 28th ranked pass defense that they picked apart yesterday.
I don't know.
I think it's going to be harder against the Ravens, especially
in the press box under the new system here. It seemed to me that Mike Vrabel knew early on that he was in trouble, just from the shots. Normally you can't always tell from the sideline, but he looked like he knew he was in trouble and didn't have an answer at that point.
Yeah, they knew they were in trouble. They knew they were in trouble because, in part, the Browns came out and gave that look on defense, that 5 defensive lineman look on their front that they had never shown that before. That was a new wrinkle. They kind of borrowed a page from Cincinnati's game plan that they used to beat the Titans, and it worked to perfection. And, they got behind right away because, Derrick Henry getting stopped on the 4th and 1, then getting stripped on the next drive, and all of a sudden they look up and they're behind 10-0, and then you find that your game plan goes a little bit out the window. Then they're down 17-0, and at that point, you know that everything's different and that you're going to be scrambling to catch back up against a good football team.
All right, I don't want to forget this. I got to get it in before the show's over, but we have a truncated show tonight. I had to get the word truncated in. I hope you don't mind. So we're going to come back. We're here a couple more segments to go with Mary Kay. If you want to talk to her, yell, "Hey, Mary Kay." It's at 216-575-0403. More Sports and Less Levine. It's powered by cleveland.com. Smiley One, they're coming out to my house as they do 4 times a year to take care of my heater, my air conditioner, whatever needs to be taken care of. They do it. I have total confidence in them. 440-449-4328 is the number to call. Smiley1.com. Back in a moment with Mary Kay, exclusively on cleveland.com.
We're living in uncertain times, but you don't have to put your future on hold. At Tri-C, you can move ahead while staying safe and saving money. The majority of fall classes will take place online, but we've added a variety of formats to meet your learning needs, and we've taken many steps to keep you safe on campus. Whether you're ready to get started or your 4-year plans have changed, check out Tri-C's programs and resources, because Tri-C is where futures begin.
Well, hello, everyone. Let me tell you a little bit about Browns Football Insider. For only $3.99 a month, you can get text sent right to your phone each day from me, Dan Lobby, Scott Pasco, and Ellis Williams. In addition to that, You'll receive a Football Insider newsletter every day with special things from us, things that you won't see anywhere else on the site. You'll get breaking news, analysis, features, film breakdown, and things like that. Texting us directly gives you a great chance to cut through the clutter of Facebook, Twitter, other social media, and avoid the trolls. Also, it's the only way to get your questions on the Orange and Brown Talk podcast. So why should you sign up? Try a 14-day free trial. You can cancel at any time. All it takes is one text, but you won't want to cancel. We have hundreds of subscribers join us over the last year. They love it and have stayed with us. We're seeing the Football Insider community grow every week, and it's only $3.99 a month, which is less than 14 cents a day. What I like most about Football Insider is the opportunity to connect with you one-on-one and really communicate with you. So how can you become a Football Insider? You can click on cleveland.com/Browns, the blue banner at the top of the page. Or easier yet, text me at 216-208-3965. Again, that's 216-208-3965.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
here, let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes Smiley One Heating and Cooling. Find them at smiley1.com.
Defining development in any young football player is a tough thing, and it is especially tough with quarterbacks. The Browns need to see development in Baker Mayfield moving towards being their franchise quarterback. Changing coaches and systems as often as they have with Baker makes it even tougher to define. But Mayfield sure looks more comfortable in this offense than he did earlier in the year, and he's starting to show flashes of the quarterback that had Cleveland excited after his rookie season. The Browns and Kevin Stefanski gave him the keys to this offense against the Titans, and he made it look like a race car ready for prime time, prompting Rex Ryan, a Mayfield critic, to say, if Mayfield plays like that, the Browns are a threat for a deep playoff run this year. In the last 6 games Mayfield has played, he's been efficient and at times spectacular, completing 65% of his passes with an 11-to-1 touchdown-to-interception ratio. That kind of quarterback play will take the Browns a long way in the playoffs. And a couple of those games were in severe weather where throwing was limited. Could the Titans game be a turning point for Mayfield?
You don't want to play the mental game too much when you're playing quarterback, but just realizing what I'm capable of. I've always believed in myself. I'm not going to pay attention to the BS, just put my head down and work. You know, the job's not finished yet, but playing confident and being who I am, not looking for any approval on the outside, is how I've always been the best at what I've done. And so that's how I need to do it. I can't let people change me because somebody did it different in the past. I am who I am, and I've always said that, so I'm going to continue to do that and improve. But then also, you know, trying to elevate the guys around me. That's the one thing that I've always prided myself on, is being a leader and getting guys around me to play harder. And so that's the things about being myself. It needs to be authentic to be able to do that, and that's why I'm doing that.
Looking for signs of growth for Baker? He's taking much better care of the football, especially when the Browns are in scoring position. The head coach is putting more and more on his plate offensively, and as teammates, they still very much respond to him. Mayfield wants to win, that's evident. The Browns' offense will be built on a running game, but against some teams, Baker Mayfield will have to win the game for this team. Is he a franchise quarterback? No one will truly know the answer to that, but you can be sure that Baker Mayfield looks forward to the kinds of challenges against good teams, and that's a start for the Browns in determining, is this guy their franchise quarterback?
And let's put an end to this discussion. Of course, he's the quarterback of the future. Yeah, you want to spend another 5 years looking for another one, and still may come up empty. I don't think so. I don't think so. But Baker Mayfield, the rap on him early on, Mary Kay, was that he wasn't very athletic. If anybody watched that pass that was thrown to him by Jarvis Landry, there's about 5 athletic moves in that one little dance step that he had. That's athleticism. And by the way, I wouldn't ask Kevin Stefanski to call that play too much more often the rest of the season. But it's nice to let the other teams know that they have it in the playbook.
Yeah, exactly. They've got a lot in the playbook, and that's great. And they can pull these things out whenever they want to. They've got so many different things that they can do, and they're very creative and they're aggressive. And just speaking of Baker Mayfield, I think he keeps passing the tests lately. He protected the football in those bad weather games. That helped them out a lot. Going all the way back to the Cincinnati game where he had that amazing game. And then in this particular game, again, he did not play a good pass defense in this game, and they kind of toyed with and took advantage of the Titans. But still, he passed the test, which is better than the alternative if you're trying to see if he's going to be your long-term guy. I wrote something over the weekend about how the fifth-year option is now only supposed to be maybe around $18 million for 2022. And that's a bargain basement price for a starting quarterback. So there's no doubt in my mind that they will at least pick that up.
So that would be for next year only at this point?
2022. So that's for the 5th year. So he'll still be on his rookie contract next year, and the 5th-year option is for the following season.
Gotcha. When we just had him on a minute or two ago, he was talking that when he's acting a certain way, it's got to be genuine. Otherwise, his teammates won't go for it. I think his dancing down the sideline, I think the getting to the end zone before some of the receivers get in, I think that plays very well in the locker room.
It really does. They love that Baker Mayfield, and so do the fans. That is the Baker Mayfield that was, shooting beers at Indians games and, doing all the things, waking up feeling dangerous. And, that's the Baker Mayfield. Everybody loves that Baker that has the swagger and the confidence. And when he gets in that zone and gets rolling along, that's when he's at his best.
All right, what do you look for the next remaining games of the regular season? And does it matter if they can overtake Pittsburgh as far as the playoff spot is concerned, or are you okay with them where they're at right now?
I don't see them overtaking Pittsburgh. I think that they've got 3 pretty challenging games left out of these final 4. The Giants, who, 3 or 4 weeks ago, we would have thought that was an absolute slam dunk. They beat the Seahawks yesterday, and they kind of made Russell Wilson look like a mere mortal. So that game, I don't think is going to be the slam dunk that everyone thought it was going to be. Now, they're going to beat the Jets. They just fired their defensive coordinator today. There's no question that they're going to beat the Jets. The Ravens game on Monday Night Football, that's going to be tough, but those guys have lost 3 straight. Now, they play tomorrow night against the Cowboys, so who knows if they can regroup and kind of get it back together. But they've fallen on hard times, and who knows what they'll have to offer. The Steelers game at the end should be pretty tough, but who knows? I mean, these guys could win 3 out of their last 4.
Hard to believe that Greg Williams would have a personality conflict with somebody.
Greg is his own man, and Greg is going to do what Greg wants to do. Yeah,
he does go down with the ship occasionally, but it's gotten him a lot of years in the NFL. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Mary Kay Cabot is with us. We'll be back one more time with her. More sports and less Levine, powered by cleveland.com.
Transform your home for the holidays with an authentic Nature Stone basement floor. Add more livable space, inhibit the growth of mold and mildew, and improve air quality for your family. It's the healthier, more beautiful basement floor that's easy to clean and never needs replaced. That's why it's backed by Russell's Promise. For a limited time, get more Nature Stone than ever before with up to half your basement floor free. Schedule your free cost estimate easily online today at naturestone.com to qualify for your free flooring. It's not just a floor.
Wow, it's Nature Stone!
When it comes to selling you a mattress, most retailers are handing you a line. A long line of extra steps that drive up costs and create confusion. At the Original Mattress Factory, we simplify the mattress shopping experience by building mattresses and box springs in our own local factories and selling them direct to you. It's short, sweet, and simply makes sense. So experience more than just the mattress store. Experience an original, the Original Mattress Factory.
Presque Isle Downs and Casino has sports betting. Use one of our 50 state-of-the-art Bet America kiosks to place your bet and watch your favorite games on one of our many HD televisions or visit our sportsbook area. Only at Presque Isle Downs and Casino.
Welcome back. More Sports and Less Levine, powered by cleveland.com. Mary Kay Cabot is with us on a Tuesday night. We've got the couple of D-men. Daryl Ryder comes Thursday, but before that it'll be the D-man Dennis Maniloff. So that's Maniloff tomorrow on Wednesday, and then on Thursday it'll be Daryl Ryder. You guys, Mary Kay, do they provoke fights with you, or are they okay to deal with?
The double Ds?
Like Daryl Ryder, can you beat him in a fight?
We're great friends. No, we don't fight. We have a great time. And that's one of the other things that I really miss. In fact, I just got a text from one of my sports writer friends saying, I miss telling you to hurry up and get out of the press room so you can get down to one of your shows. And it's just funny that we're not all together working like we have for the last million years, from morning, noon till night. We were together more than we were with our families. So that's all been very strange.
All right. Well, you're going to be working tomorrow night. Monday night is when you're going to work next, and that'll be the Baltimore Ravens coming to town. And for the first time, it looks like the Browns in the 20 years now that the Ravens have been around, that the Browns look like they're equals at this point of the season.
Yeah, they are. And who would have thought that at the beginning of the season when the Browns lost 38-6 to them? They bolstered their defense. They brought in Calais Campbell. They added some guys on offense, and they seemed to have taught Lamar Jackson some new tricks, but it wasn't working. They've had injuries. Ronnie Stanley, their Pro Bowl left tackle, is out. I mean, that hurts a lot when you don't have your Pro Bowl left tackle in the football game anymore. So he's out for the season. That hurts them a lot. Again, heading into their Tuesday night game against the Cowboys, they've lost 3 straight games. They're really kind of on the outside looking in, and they almost need to win out to try to get into the playoffs.
Okay, does Ozzie Newsome still travel with the team? I know he's a consultant, but does he still hang on with the team?
I don't think he'll probably travel with the team to this game. I'm not really sure if he is going to games or not, but a lot of people that even would normally travel aren't traveling this year.
Sure.
So I would guess no, but I'm not really sure.
Do you think he's got a book in him, Ozzie? Or do you think only?
I think so. Yes. I definitely do. Yes.
I just don't know how much you want to divulge, because he felt that he owed Art Modell a lot, gave him that job. I say he gave him the job, but he earned it. But Modell is the one who facilitated it.
Yeah, and the only unfortunate part about the whole Ozzie Newsome situation is that he would have been such a great general manager for the Cleveland Browns, and it would have been so nice for Browns fans to be able to benefit from all that wisdom and all that talent that Ozzie was able to bring to the Baltimore Ravens. So that's collateral damage from the move.
Yeah, it was, but it would have tied the two eras together. I guess the Belichick and Bernie era up to the what we're at right now. But I think we're in pretty good shape right now. Mary Kay, thanks so much for what you do for us. We appreciate it very much, and we'll see you probably next Tuesday night.
Yes, sounds good. I'll be there.
Be there. All right, Mary Kay Cabot does a great job. Cleveland.com and the Plain Dealer. All right, I'll see you tomorrow night. We'll have Daryl, the D-Man, Dennis Maniloff with us, and then Daryl Ryder will be here on Thursday. Of all the shows I've ever done, this was the most recent.